excited to do this one. Actually, like as I was looking at the list of stuff, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is cool. Why aren't I rich? Why can't I buy this?
I mean, it's a matter of rich, but also I feel like like a millionaire, like a Bill Gates or somebody, like going up to Seattle, Paul Allen. Do you know who he
Hmm.
is? Like one of the Microsoft guys.
Yeah, he got killed by
Um,
Patrick Bateman.
huh? Oh no, no, different Paul Allen, owner of the
Yeah, no, I know this
Paul
Paul Allen.
Allen. um, like he spent his fortune on amassing Captain Kirk's chair and all the original Death Star, like the actual model, and he opened the science
According to
fiction
Quincy
museum.
Jones, he can also jam like Jimi Hendrix.
Right. Yeah, and then there's in Seattle, there's the EMP Experience Music Project and the Pop
Mhm.
Culture Museum. Both are owned by the late great Paul Allen. And I'm just like, there's got to be some other rich nerd out there that would buy all this James Bond stuff and just open a museum.
Oh, that'd be so cool. So should we
I mean, I
get
feel
into
like
the
we
intro,
already
perhaps?
started.
That's true. Yes. Hey everyone, welcome to Over Fellas. I'm Nicholas.
I'm Adam.
And if you haven't figured it out yet, we're talking collectibles.
Yeah.
Specifically not like t-shirts and reproductions of that. We're talking like actual things from the movies, actual things that you can get that
Mm-hmm.
are expensive. And oh yes, up for auction this month.
You thought Bond merchandise was expensive. Christie's is doing a big auction, not just No Time to Die, but it seems to be very leaning in more No Time to Die stuff. But there's some other things, and I'm gonna screen share.
Yes,
And we
please. You gotta
can.
go. This is when Adam told me about this and told me to check it out. There was some stuff here that I was like, oh, actually, that is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So this is from the live
This is the live one.
this is a live one that's coming out. This live one and online one. I believe the way live works, you can still show up even if you're not physically there. You just have to like call in to bid. There's
Right.
like a
Yeah, you can
so
have a person.
yeah, you have a
We've got them on the
person there
phone.
which they can hit. And right off the bat, like they're leading into they're leading No Time to Die, but they have something that is beyond cool. The eye.
The eye is cool, but I want to look at it real quick. It is like, I mean, it's a prop and it is beat up. And it's like, it's not, it's got the paint chipping off and the little specter thing is bent. And like, how cool is that? Like,
Cradle, velvet cushion, and plate. Like this is like when we talk about things we want that are Bond stuff. This is like okay, it's got a Spectre logo. People sort of realize that, but like we know instantly, oh, it's that. It'll really blow your mind. Hello, Blofeld.
like this is, I mean, you own a piece of the movie. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, and so with this lot, the live auction, I should say, it really is arranged. You have signed stuff such as a clapperboard, sheet music. There's of
Mm-hmm.
course the watch and Omega. Not this is a
I
Timex.
mean, it is an
There's
Omega
the
watch.
Iva's cars.
Yes.
Like,
Before I scroll down, I want to talk about the watch
and
real
some of the
quick.
stuff is expensive.
But
Let's talk
this
about the watch.
watch is not estimating much more than it is in retail because it's a $10,000 watch retail.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
the pound of a
know,
dollar
but
equal,
I haven't
basically.
looked lately if like it's gone up. But for 15, I mean that's the watch Daniel Craig wore in the movie. Pretty sweet.
Which
Um,
is why that he didn't take that with him, but he's probably got more watches than he needs.
oh yeah, I mean
Yeah,
he gets them for free probably. So
that's true.
and I had a friend tip me off about this, and she was like, look, it's got the Aston Martin, and I'm like, with battle damage, like you get a beat up replica Aston Martin.
Which I believe drives, it said, right?
Yes, yes. I think this is has like some other engine in it, and it's not an Aston Martin.
Yes. But can we just talk about this for a second? 6 speed manual. Yeah, this is the car from the movie. Starting bid at 1.5 million pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Starting. It's a stunt car.
You know, just your commuter.
Yeah.
This is
But if you go
great.
back, there's a deal on an Ever Aston. Not the Super Leggera, the one you and I would want.
Oh yeah, this one right here.
Yes. Look at this beauty. This is only £500,000 to start. So what we're trying to say is, would any which benefactor like to give us £500,000?
I mean, I can't believe this one, which isn't all banged up.
Also, proceeds go towards the UN High Commission for Refugees. Like, this is a good cause. Buy it for us, please, please.
Yeah, I hope the High Roller Bond fans are watching. And
Yes.
if you haven't heard about this auction, I mean, it's cool to just scroll and daydream.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's interesting about this too is, I mean, this is a bond auction, but it's Christie's. This is being sort of thrown out to be your auction going crowd. This isn't going out to, you, me, the bond community, people who are like, yeah, let me just go get the new t-shirt or the new, replica of the bulldog. I mean, come on, like and again, the estimates are high, but I'm actually surprised it's sort of, relatively, that it's not too high. And if I may just say, this is an auction. I did rewatch the auction scene from Octopussy, and they do have the egg.
Yes. Wow.
I would
Now
be
I
so
did
mad
look
if
at
they did not have the egg.
I did look at Dalton's tuxedo and it would fit
Ooh.
me. It would fit me.
And this is the license to kill one, correct?
Yes.
Now, okay,
Not the best.
going to the quick, yeah, I was going to say style question. Do you prefer the license to kill one or the Living Daylight sucks?
I mean, they're all 80s cuts, but probably the Living Daylights one. This is very 80s. Like, I just had to wear a tux for an event. I didn't wear a cummerbund. Like,
Yeah, you can sort of see the 80s
it's just very
bagginess.
traditional. I mean, it's boxy too, so which is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Now
So we're
this
looking when you
now,
see this.
do you want the
Well,
power
let's
boat
talk.
from World's Not Enough?
That's what I was gonna get at. You have some stuff that's like kind of obvious, like some props, the clothes, the watches, and then you get to this. This is
Mm-hmm.
one of those things. Also, it is cheaper than either of the Aston Martins we just talked about.
I mean,
That's,
this is how you impress the ladies. Like, do you want to see my Q boat?
now it's funny because there's a couple, Bond vehicle exhibitions around, like, there's Bond in Motion at the Peterson, which runs through October, and some other stuff. And they all claim to have the boat. So I know they probably have more than one made, but
Oh, sure.
yeah,
Doesn't float. It doesn't. It's not a real boat.
yeah, this is a SFX version rigged. So don't take
Oh,
this to the water if you buy this.
is this the one that did the spin? Maybe.
I think so.
Cool.
But like, also, it's the jet boat. I mean, I would go out there. I would sit in it, drink my daiquiri. It's 110 degrees here in Los Angeles. I'm drinking a daiquiri. It's hot. But
Yeah.
I would totally take that.
Oh,
So,
and
and then,
bike.
yeah, I believe that's the bike from the opening sequence.
Mm-hmm. And a set of two other Omegas,
Oh,
but these are like,
these are
I'm gonna
special,
spend
which is
10 grand
interesting.
on a watch, or 10 grand plus. This is a little nerdy.
Like, and I think anyone who's watched this channel before knows how much I adore Our Majesty's Secret Service, the fashion, the story, the acting, everything about it. Yeah, I can't do this one.
It just a little tacky.
Was this like the Omega from that movie is nice. This one just feels a bit too much of a okay, that part's nice. The case is nice. It's got signed by our
Pay for
boy
the
George
case.
Lazenby,
That's cool.
our podcast namesake. But I don't know if I can do that one. And then you have, your ties, more tuxes,
Oh yeah.
the clapboards. Come on, the egg. If they didn't have the
Wow.
octopus egg for auction,
That's freaking cool. I can't believe they're getting rid of this. So it's from the
yeah,
Eon
it's one
archive.
of two. It's one of the two props they used.
I listened to a podcast with gosh, what was his name? One of the cinematographers, a cinematographer from Tomorrow Never Dies. And he was describing the Eon archive. And it's just like, do you want to see call sheets from Russia with Love? They have them.
Yes.
Like
what
a gold mine.
Here we go. This is actually nice. That egg.
Mm-hmm.
Proceeds go to UNICEF. So Roger's being honored there.
Hey, awesome.
Yeah. I think our biggest View to a Kill fan is right up here talking to me. Loves Roger Moore. We both love UNICEF. He was just out in Monaco supporting all his causes, so we gotta be here for that. To Roger,
but if I had, what was this gonna fetch? $10,000? Yeah. I hope it makes it fire
the
very
Octopussy egg, or $10,000 for the Omega Nintendo Die watch. What would you choose?
Ooh, I don't know. I like playing this daydream game.
If theoretically, if money was an object, you would make. You can't. You have to choose one.
The egg and the watch. The egg.
Yeah.
Because I can still buy the watch. It just wasn't worn by Daniel Craig, and that's wearing it doesn't give me magical Daniel Craig powers. So it's just a watch.
You get the watch and something Simon Watterson is like right there hanging out with you.
Yeah. So that's
okay. So this is this is a live auction. Starts on the 28th. We're recording this on September 3rd, so 25 days from now. By the time this airs, you can still jump in if you want to.
I mean, most of these things, like, there's an auction house here where I live, and they do online and live, but they broadcast it. And I wonder if this is going to be broadcast, because that would be really fun to watch.
I think these might be, because it's not a private sale.
Right. So you might not be able to. So here we get the online one.
Okay, this is where it gets a bit more interesting, because this one has a lot more past material.
This, cool.
I mean, it is. Look at the binding. It goes up. It looks like legal books on the wall.
Right. But it's very pretty. One of 250
Roman numerals.
Oh, and a book I don't have.
Which one?
This Talk of the Devil.
Oh, okay.
I don't have that.
A book about journalism. I need to check that out. I knew The Diamond Smugglers and I knew Thrilling Cities. I did not know about Talk of the Devil.
I've read Thrilling Cities. Have you read Thrilling Cities?
Bits of it a while ago, and I'm a journalist. I need to catch up.
It's hilarious.
I want it.
Because it's so out of date, and it's so, like, he's talking about the Chicago that I've never seen. It's very interesting, but like, it is a time capsule.
Well, it's like, was it like 007 in New York, right? Was like Mad Men New York, and then like by the time we get to Live and Let Die, we're in like 70s gritty New York. Movie that is. But okay, this is what I was saying though about this one being a bit more interesting.
Yeah,
you have some posters.
Right, here's the
vintage posters. You have props from the movies. That, like, if you go back, that is a cool one.
It's cool. It's not my favorite poster though. So
a second, let's talk about that menu from Thunderball. Okay, let's talk posters.
This is a deep cut.
Yeah,
and I appreciate them for, like, this is something. I mean, it's gonna fetch probably like $1,000.
And it's one of the cooler props. It's like, I mean, the Cafe
Martini. I really hope, like, the high rollers like your Zaritsky's and stuff like this. Get this,
yeah,
because I want to see you review it.
We're gonna tag you. You gotta get this.
Get this so I can look at it.
Yes. The Cafe Martinique, if I'm correct, was that the casino? Was that where Domino and
yeah,
would they have lunch? Conch chowder?
I thought it was outside of the casino, like at night. I mean,
yeah, but
again,
I will say though, look at this menu. That's in French. It's a full menu.
Yeah,
like, you're not just getting like a cover. This is like a very interesting prop. And like, I'm not a collectible guy. I'm not somebody who geeks out about this stuff too much, but like, this is interesting. This is like,
I like the attention to detail goes a long way. When I was a teenager, I was extra in Spider-Man 1, and I saw Daily Bugle newspapers that just sort of littered about, and I stole one, and it was a
Sony
full
don't
newspaper. It was like the articles in it were like about the Green Goblin and like Spider-Man and stuff. Like someone wrote it. It's not just jibber jabber or like, just cut and paste old articles just randomly. Like I appreciate that attention to detail because it could come back and be sold at an auction, or if someone wants to check it out again as a fan.
Yeah. Oh man. So let's go through it, because I think there's some very, like, we have a lot of really cool posters that are vintage of a time, which I know can cost a bit. Like Diamonds Are Forever is not my favorite Bond movie by any stretch of imagination. Cool poster.
Cool poster.
I don't make them like
I don't like the. I mean, I love the artwork and I love Robert McGinnis, but how's Sean standing on that? And then like even in like the You Only Live Twice, where he's like walking on the side.
Oh yeah.
He's walking sideways.
So yeah, so in those films, in those posters, you stand awkwardly. In today's posters, you have a floating head.
Yeah. Is this an OG or?
I think.
Because okay, so poster. Oh, it's a linen poster. That's really sweet.
Original blackboard.
I don't understand.
Diamond design, fast and mild, facsimile just jacket.
Okay.
Oh, because the Scottish International Education Trust,
which is Sean's. Yeah, I like that they're doing different charities.
I'm also surprised that, like, I don't think Eon's in financial trouble. They're MGM and now Amazon, but they could have done this for a profit, and it's going to charity instead, which I think is a really nice thing.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like the stuff that they can skim off of their archive and like be willing to part with.
Yeah, but it's really cool stuff. I mean, okay, that Live and Die poster right there with the knife.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
That is very cool.
I
have in my living room. I have a Man with the Golden Gun poster from the 70s, but it is Turkish.
That's nice. I have a Dutch. It was from the Netherlands, so it's in Dutch, French, and English, but it's the Way of a Dragon, the Bruce Lee poster with Chuck Norris. Not the same, but it's very cool to find those like 4-in-1s. But also, again, we're talking about cool products and stuff. There is Agent X's dress from A Spider Love Me.
Oh yeah, we're blocking.
And it's only 8,000 pounds.
Yeah, like, the friend that showed this to me, she was just like, in Daydream Land, that's the one. Because I was like, I fit the Dalton tuxedo. She was like, I fit the Barbara Bach. I'm like, hell yeah. And it's still just a beautiful dress. Please. Like, I mean, it'd be cool to like if you wore this for real and there's some eagle-eyed Bond fans just like, is that it? Is that the actual Agent XXX?
Champagne for the lady, a vodka martini for the gentleman, shaken not stirred.
Barbara Bach's neckline that defies all laws of physics.
Yes, well, there's also that too. Well, and then okay, again, we're back at posters, back at some logos and buckles. Not too crazy, but authentic from the movie.
Yes,
which is cool. And there's one thing on here that I want to point out later when we get to it. It's for you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep going because I want to go through this all. Oh, this one actually, I want to point this out actually.
Yes,
the cello case.
Yes. I haven't really looked closely at this one.
So this is the cello case from Living Daylights that they go down on a sled. This is what we kind of wanted to see when we talk about auction stuff.
But here's the problem: is I have to write it at least once.
Yes, that is the one
issue. If I spent over $5,000 on the cello sled, I'm going down a hill once. Nothing crazy, but I have to do it.
Nothing to declare.
Yeah.
Cello.
It's like, if I had the Dalton tuxedo, like, I'm gonna wear it.
Oh, if I had the Dalton Aston.
That would be my daily.
I'm driving down the Malibu coastline in that.
No, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, one thing that's interesting here is there's not much Brosnan in this collection.
That's true. Yeah.
I think there's only two
But
Brosnan
I
items
feel
here.
like there's been another one of these that was Brosnan
I
centric.
think you're right. I can't be sure, but I feel like you're right. Because we had the boat, and then we have a miniature stunt model of a BMW from Tomorrow Never Dies.
That's really cool.
And we have for a clock Wars from Wars on off that M makes for radio out of.
Mm-hmm. Which is
and
cool.
That's basically all of Pierce is showing.
Yeah. The signed script looks like it has coffee stain on it. That's neat. I like that stuff.
Yeah. And then a little more Craig. Oh, here we go. A Never Way to Die music sheet. You may not like the theme, but that's a cool prop. A cool piece to collect.
Did you see the bit with Jack White talking about that song?
No.
Yeah, he was on Conan O'Brien's podcast. And if you're familiar with that show, Conan's one of his sidekicks on the show is Matt Gorley? Yeah, it's Gorley, who does James Bonding.
Okay.
Which is another James Bond podcast. Oh. So he's a massive fan. So anytime that there's like a Bond center person, Matt Gorley gets at least a question in. And he asked Jack White, like, what was the process? And like, I guess they had Amy Winehouse, and for one reason or another, just headed back out. And he had very little time to make it happen, but used that little time to make excuses to do whatever he wanted. And he's like, oh, I didn't really get on with the music, David Arnold. But then David Arnold went on Twitter and was just like, no, it was great. Like, we were time crunched, but what are you gonna do? And I personally like Another Way to Die as a song. I think it's fine.
I think the chorus is great. I think the verse and the weirds are like, no. They keep doing it for guitar, so just it doesn't flow. Then the chorus flows.
Yes.
Anyway, we're talking about auction. Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. No, but one day we'll go in deep on the themes. I must admit, as someone who's not too crazy about the outfits in Skyfall on,
you like the
Bond.
You like
cool to see the suit there, and it's also cool to see Silva's outfit. Oh yeah,
I'd wear Silva's outfit for sure.
You could pull it off.
It's the Skyfall and Spectre suits are starting to not age well. Where it's like they're too skinny, they're too tight. Like
I see that. For me, it's just something like I know people love like their gray Prince of Wales check or Glen check suits. And it's like, it's not for me. I don't like that style. Like for me,
see, I love it.
I like the dark navy. I like the black three piece he wears in Rome in Spectre. Just it's more striking to me. It's more just right. It feels.
Yeah. I mean, classic. I love it too. I mean, I feel like anytime he wears a gray suit, it should nod a little to the Goldfinger suit, which is, I think, outside of a tuxedo, his most iconic suit. The three-piece Goldfinger suit. But
I love a black suit or dark navy suit he wears when he picks up the DB5 from Q and Goldfinger.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
It's like one brief scene, but it looks so good on him.
You say sartorially it's Quantum of Solace. I say it's Goldfinger.
I'd still say Quantum. Listen, I wish I could say Majesty's due to my love of that movie, but I can't.
It's got some weird. It's got some weird outfits. The late 60s doesn't do. It's not as perfect.
No, but speaking of cool stuff, though, the floating dragon casino lion statue from Skyfall. A little like just silly to have you got it for your home, but also like, again, we're talking about like props from the movie or things from the movies that are just not more than just like, hey, I bought a shirt or I bought a clapper. Oh. This is a thing from the movie.
Is it that big?
I think it might be.
I didn't really look at this one yet.
It's 4 feet high and 5 feet wide. Oh, sorry. It's 5 feet high and 4 feet wide.
It's a statement. Certainly a statement piece in your house.
If you have a large yard and you can put this out in front, maybe. It's risky.
Yeah, you need this in your backyard.
Oh yeah, next to the bar.
It's actually my favorite part in Skyfall. My favorite action sequence in Skyfall is even though they're like CG and kind of crappy, but like the Komodo dragons. Just Bond's point. He's just like
Well,
That
my
to me
favorite
is
part of
just
that is right
classic
before
peak
they go
Bond.
off a bridge, when he sees the guys on either side of a bridge, he's like, "You wait, no, hit."
Mm-hmm.
It's like a wonderful little touch. And of course, as we point out, the brother of a guy from Casino Royale is there, the two brothers from Spectre.
That's right. I never noticed that. Learned
You don't
something
want to
new.
tell me about, he's always shows up, and I was like, "You're right." But it looks up, it's their brothers.
That is a cool piece of little continuity. Oh, we got a Day of the Dead
Okay,
worn
nice
by
touch.
like one of the extras, but
It's a nice dress. I can't
that
pull it off.
like quick sidebar about like this whole sequence, and we keep mentioning David. That is my favorite David video, is because it applies to my work of him
Oh yeah,
interviewing the guy that was an extra for that.
yeah.
And not only that, I stole things that they did on that film. What I learned from that video, and I applied it to my job now.
See, no, this is what I really like about doing the show here, Adam, is that you work in film production.
Mhm.
And like, I'm a journalist in LA, so I'm like, I sort of deal with Hollywood stuff on the side, or like things going on in this weird city. And so between the two of us, we have like these like weird sort of like, we can pull on so much, or like we sort of know sort of the same things from different perspectives.
Yeah,
I love that. And
yeah.
we can talk about Bond that way, which is delightful.
But things you learn from Bond, you apply to your everyday life, which is the
And
best.
things I learned at some of my jobs, I apply to the Bond life, like
Mm-hmm.
cocktail making.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is Writings on the Wall is probably my least favorite of the
Yeah.
theme songs.
Oh,
But
it's
Sam
pretty
Smith is a
lifeless.
fucking great voice. So there's that.
Did you've heard Omen by Disclosure featuring Sam Smith, right?
That is a wonderful song.
It's a fantastic
Yeah.
song, and that was the same team that
I mean,
did
every
Spectre,
Sam Smith Disclosure collaboration has been aces.
except for Writing on the Wall, because Disclosure worked on that.
They did? I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah, they did.
I take it back a little bit. Like, Writing on the Wall is like okay song, but they just, and it's my complaint with Billie Eilish. It's like you did Skyfall 3 times in a row.
Yeah, do Skyfall again and again, but without Adele's voice.
Yeah.
Also, Skyfall builds. Writing on the Wall and No Time to Die don't build. So we got, but back to the auction. We got a few more
We're running out of time. We have 10 minutes left.
Yes.
But
there's one thing I want to get to, and I will get to this. But
yeah.
I will say the velvet jacket and costume Christoph Waltz was the end of Spectre.
Can you fit it?
I probably could. Unfortunately, I live in Los Angeles and it's 110 degrees.
Yeah, you are in the heat wave, but
I'm in a knockoff and
come up to the Pacific Northwest where I am. The velvet jacket's not so bad.
You could pull it off. This one you could absolutely rock.
I could rock that. Yeah, I would.
Let's do this. Okay. And if we scroll down, there's one thing on this auction that I would actually, more than the car, more than the clothes.
Real quick,
one thing I want someone to finance for. Oh yes,
Oh no, whoops.
No, we didn't.
Whoops. Skirt. We talked about this crap.
And the Globetrotter. Yeah, we've gone off on that. Oh, Michael Kors. Wow.
But this is like extreme use. I didn't realize that. Oh, Michael Kors was Moneypenny's purse. Okay, now I know that, but still.
Oh, a signed camera signed by Daniel Craig. That's kind of cool. Like all that stuff.
That is very cool. And the Rami Malek coat.
I think is what he wears in Norway and Faroe Islands. But this is the money. Every penny of it. This is the thing. If someone could finance for us, we will take. Click on the Bollinger one.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at this one, so I'm interested.
Oh, this is match made for you. Because look what it comes with. First off, this is Champagne Bollinger Experience, paid travel, paid hotels, 4 guests.
Okay.
With an original poster for A View to a Kill.
Hell yeah.
Who is the biggest View to a Kill fan I know?
Wow.
Let's go through this. I saw something about a private chef. I saw a thing about champagne tastings.
I've seen this poster on eBay once. Call me James.
James. Sorry. Terrible Stacey Sutton.
Shame!
I find it
I might have
completely
streamed that
dispensable.
when I was in San Francisco and I was at the city hall.
My current
There are a
senator,
lot of
Dianne
people
Feinstein, former mayor
streaming.
of San Francisco, for reason they filmed it there because she had a crush on Roger Moore, apparently.
Wow.
But let's go through this because we have like 7 minutes left for it to cover us off.
I'm gonna get white girl wasted.
Yes. Travel first class by Eurostar. Stay at a hotel in Paris. And if you keep going down this, I saw there's a lot more to this. This is the best. You get 4 people, exclusive tour of Champagne Bollinger, a private tasting. You get lunch
by
private
the
chef.
person that runs the show, by like
Yeah.
who runs Bollinger now.
Like, we need this. We need to go. We need to drink champagne, and we need to wear the finest like Bond suits we can.
I'll bring the tux.
If it's in the
I'll
country,
get the,
I might rock the Dalton like Living Daylights country look.
yeah. That's really cool. And what's this supposed to fetch? A lot.
15,000 pounds.
But I mean, like, I'm not a big fan of going wine tasting, but I will absolutely do this.
I love wine tasting. And I feel like, so when Adam first told me about this auction, I was like, okay, it's going to be like, a few costumes, a few signed things.
Yeah.
We're not going to get too much really there.
I think
and
you
then
should get these Q glasses.
Hey, I could rock those. I just got new glasses. I'll take them. But like, when you see stuff like this, when you see stuff like that are experiences, when you see things that are sort of unusual stuff like the egg or Primo's eye, like this is the kind of thing that really, again, this is Christie's. This isn't some fan reproduction. This is a big deal. This is a real thing.
Yeah.
And it excites me. This is like, if I had money or a rich benefactor, anyone.
Well, like I said, like I hope that the people I hope that the people that are have the means to get stuff from this auction don't just put it in their private home and it never gets to be enjoyed by other people. Like, if I owned any of this stuff, I'd be lending it out,
even the cars.
Oh, sure. I would take it to every car show that was around town. That's meant to be appreciated and enjoyed. If I had,
I just remember letting my friends drive it.
Right. I'm the only person that drives car. I'm being very clear. But even if I had like Barbara Bach's dress, I would find some place to display it. Like a million years ago, I used to do Star Trek plays in town here. And we built the captain's chair. We built the original Captain Kirk Enterprise chair. And, for a few years, it just sort of sat in my dad's garage. But then one of the comic book stores here asked for it. And I said, absolutely. And it lives there now. It is there to be enjoyed. And it's taken a beating from kids, climbing on it. But like, it's just that thing of like, don't hide it in a closet. So if you buy anything at this auction, continue to share it with the community.
I mean, like, one thing, and if you're watching, thank you, David. But like, one thing David Rusty does is that he shows off his collection. He lets people go in. Like, there's something nice about like, I